What's going on, Guardians? This is our weekly solo player's guide to the Nightfall no raid weapon special for the week of the 4th of July. So, happy Independence Day if you're in America. Otherwise, happy week, whatever. We do this every single Tuesday with a Warlock, Hunter, and Titan. So if you need any other guide this week for the Nightfall, look in the description box below, and that will be eventually ready for you between today, Tuesday the 4th, and Wednesday the 5th. We also do a Challenged Elders guide every single week, so if that also interests you, link in the description box below. And of course, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, because you're awesome, we're all awesome. Let's just be awesome together and get these guides. Alright, so now let's go ahead and go over the modifiers, what they are, how they affect us, and then we'll hit up our setup as far as subclass, weapons, all of that, and then we'll rock the guide. Modifiers this week include epic, heavily shielded, and highly aggressive enemies appear in great numbers. Specialist, special weapon damage is favored, but it is going to take away from your primary damage and heavy damage output, so just keep that in mind. Juggler, no ammo drops for equipped weapons, so circulate through your weapons. Chaff, player radar is disabled. This gets really annoying at the final boss fight, but we'll get into that in a minute. And then Ironclad, more enemies have shields, which just means Shanks have shields. So as far as setup goes, here's what we're rocking. Feet and aspects, that's just purely for reload speed. If you got something better, maybe like transversive steps would be really great. But anyways, we're rocking GJALLARHORN. This is actually almost a must for the final boss fight. This got so helpful, unless of course you've got what is it, Hunger of Crota would be really great. Something with rockets and cluster bombs, or cluster bombs I mean. Devil's Dawn is what I'm rocking. I would suggest a high impact, low rate of fire Devil's Dawn, or Ex Machina, or Event Horizon. Pretty much for the whole strike. I did try it with a Matador for the first bit and it just wasn't working for me. So definitely rock that sniper. It saves you a lot of getting close to enemies. And of course, you know me, I'm rocking my Hand of Judgment. I would suggest a scout rifle for this for sure. Until you get to the boss fight, then I would say maybe you should switch over to a hand cannon, maybe Fatebringer, if you have that in legendary form. As far as the subclass goes, we're obviously rocking STORMCALLER. Perpetual Charge, grenade kills recharge your melee, melee kills recharge your grenade. How I'm rocking this is about the same as far as discipline and strength go. But if you have one that's higher, you're going to want them both charged anytime you pop your super. So if you have a higher strength roll than your discipline, go ahead and kill something with a grenade. That way your melees will recharge faster, and not because of the grenade kill, but so that will charge faster than your grenade. And then you can get Transcendence. When cast with full grenade and melee energy, Storm Trance restores your health to full and drains slower. This saved my life multiple times. I'm not sure if it was in this run you'll see, but I'm pretty sure it was. And then Rising Storm hits with Thunderstrike, charge your super ability and melee energy. Also very nice. Not kills, by the way, it is hits, so you don't have to kill anything with your melee to get this to perk, proc, whatever. Activate. Superconductor doubles your Storm Trance Lightning's chaining capabilities. This means it's going to go all over the place. It will literally do 90-degree angles to get whatever enemy is in its range. It's awesome. And then of course I like storm grenades. That's because my preference for this strike specifically. And then of course jump is your preference. Let's go ahead and rock this guide. Alright, so as soon as you come here, it's pretty much at the very beginning. What I like to do is just come over here and rock a grenade. It takes out a bunch of them, and anything else that doesn't, you can just clean up pretty easily. Boom. Look over there. There are going to be a lot of dregs and vandals and quite a few freaking shanks in this section, so just be careful. It does feel like there's fresh troops active on this one, but apparently not, since it's not a modifier this week. But what you want to do is look either in that room where I just pointed at a second ago, or to your right. That is where the first servitors are going to be. You're going to have to destroy 3 of them. The first one is always like surrounded by dregs and shanks, so just be careful of that. I really wouldn't recommend rushing in there. That's why we're not rocking a shotgun, even though it does seem like it would be a great fit. But as soon as you get your super, just go ahead and pop it. As you can see, it just makes this bit so much easier. I was trying this with the Void Walker, but holy cow, is Stormcaller that much faster. So go ahead and just rock your super as often as you can, or at least in this section. You'll probably get it 2, maybe 3 times depending on your intellect roll. So just like I said, make sure you got your perpetual charge rocked out. You got full melee and grenade energies. And then with the second and third one, there is going to be 1 captain on top of some more dregs, vandals, and shanks. So be very careful. That captain was rocking my world a couple times, so just be very careful of that dude. But otherwise, try not to do this. Just watching that playback is making me cringe a little bit. But go ahead and just really take your time. If you have to, you can run back down to that tunnel that that you run out into this room, like the entrance into this room. And then you can just kind of peek out from around there. I don't think I do it here, but you can go back there. They won't chase you into that tunnel, which is great. But otherwise, just pretty much clean up all the ads. Be very careful, obviously. Swap out your weapons. And once you kill the 3rd servitor, there is going to be a pretty small wave of vandals. There's going to be 3 of them, and they will run down the top of the stairs that are directly to that go up the stairs right there. We go where I'm going right now. They'll spawn in here. There's 3 of them, and then once you go inside that room, there's going to be like 4 or 5 more vandals upstairs, and then there's going to be 2 shanks. There we go. You don't have to do what I just did, but as you can see, it saved a lot of time and it took out everything. So, but otherwise, you can just pop in and out of that room as you please. That's pretty much the longest section of this strike, is that room, in my opinion. Maybe besides the boss fight. The boss fight does take a little while to get through. But in here, there's going to just be a bunch of vandals and dregs. Not even a bunch. There's going to be about 5 dregs. 4 or 5 dregs. And then one or 2 vandals. And then 3 Vex goblins. Nothing to worry about whatsoever. As you can see, this room's already practically cleared. I wouldn't even bother popping your super to go through here. Just save that for the next section, actually. Once you come down here, there's going to be 3 harpies. Go ahead and take them out with your sniper, if that's what you're using. I would recommend that, especially for the last boss. You are going to want a sniper. Otherwise, go ahead, head over here. There's going to be about 7 or 8 goblins. There's going to be 2 hobgoblins and 2 minotaurs. That's what they're called, minotaurs. So go ahead. I like to take these hobgoblins out as quick as possible. No matter which side you come out of, it doesn't really matter. But go ahead and take them out, and then just be very careful, because as you can see, those minotaurs will do a lot of work on you really quick. So be very careful. Maybe I might suggest even going so far as saying use a void sniper. That way you can deal with their shields. They take about 2 hits, especially if you're 400 light. It might take a little bit more if you're like 380, 385. You might want to go out of your way to use a void sniper, especially if it's, we're talking Ex Machina, Devil's Dawn, Event Horizon. Those 3 snipers are your gold ticket, is what I'm talking about. The 2-tap with the void burn on them. Now here, what I do, since I have that heavy box, I just go through, I think I go through my entire clip and just take out everything. If you do get the box, go ahead and just rock it out. Otherwise, once you get that plate completely charged up, that door's going to open behind you. There's going to be a few more goblins coming out like you just saw. Don't forget to grab your box, whether it be special or heavy, if you need it. Anyways, don't waste your time going all the way back there if you don't need it. And then rock on this way. After this, in this little section, there's going to be, I don't know, maybe 10 goblins. Just be careful. I like to throw a grenade down here. It'll take out, it won't take them out, but it will help you clean them up really quickly. As you can see, it just took out a bunch of them. There's still about 4 or 5. But as long as you're using your primary, you don't want to waste any sniper bullets anymore from this point on, especially with Juggler. I would also suggest you bringing in a few special ammo synths. So if you have to go to Banshee to buy some of those, go for it. Now what you want to do here is actually snipe at least 2 of them. I think you can get 2, maybe 3 if you're quick enough on the 3rd one before it tries to teleport you down there. Yeah, it's 2 of them. And then what I like to do is just jump right up on here. Anything in your way of going to this little special, well, not this area, but where that special box is, because that's where we're going to be heading. I would suggest hitting them once with your sniper and then cleaning them up with your primary, just in case that enemy does drop a little special brick. Now go ahead and take out these 2 explosives, and then we'll start the boss fight. Alright, so what I like to do is bounce between this little opening right here and where that special box is right there. He is going to have a little rotating shield around him, so just be careful of that. You're obviously not going to be able to damage him, as you can see, even with explosive rounds. You can shoot him up at the top, and if you're using Icebreaker, why not? But otherwise, save your special ammo for crit shots. About every quarter of his health, I believe, maybe every 5th, he is going to spawn at enemies just like so. In this first round, just take him out. It doesn't take, you actually have a lot of time, is what I'm trying to say, to get into that cleansing area. And then just make sure the boss kind of goes into that other direction. If he's shooting at you from the special ammo side, go ahead and go to the left-hand side. Panic super to get that health. Go ahead and go to this side over here and shoot a couple times, and he'll start looking over there, and it'll give you just a small opening to get for you to get there. Testing my range. It seems like Stormcaller has a higher range in PvP. Just saying. But that's pretty much going to be it. It's just that over and over. Now with the second wave, I am going for the remainder of the waves actually. Once the enemies start spawning, what I like to do is shoot one Gjallarhorn shot into the enemy spawning on the right hand side, and then run over to the left hand side. Maybe make sure the Nexxus Mind is shooting on the special side, and then run over to the left hand side and shoot at least one Gjallarhorn shot into the enemies spawning directly. It will take them a second longer, which is why I say go to the right side first. You still have to wait a minute, not a legit minute, but like a couple seconds, and then you'll see them start spawning in. As soon as they spawn in, rocket. You'll see me do it here a few times. It will help you tremendously. This way you don't have to risk going around the whole map. Maybe if you even have to, shoot 2 rockets there. It's just whatever you got to do at this point. As you can see, I'm like, oh damn. And I took out a bunch. Make sure you have a decent amount of health before you start running down here. Like I said, you have plenty of time to run back and forth. If you have something with explosive rounds, go ahead and rock that with your primary, because it will flinch these guys very quickly, especially if you're hitting those crit shots on them. As you can see, these guys go straight down. Just be very careful of your health, obviously. And yeah, other than that, like I said, just save your rockets for the right side and then the left side. And then as you can see, with the second wave, he's already past half health. He's like in his last, just under half a health. So it doesn't take very long once you got him down here. So other than that, that's going to do it for this video. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to let the rest of this strike play out just so you guys can see how it runs, what I do, which is pretty much what we've just been talking about, but so you can actually see it unfold every single wave, what I do, how I do it. Rewards are at the end if you are interested. They're not too great. Spoiler alert. And yeah, other than that, guys, like I said at the beginning of the video, links are in the description. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I will talk to you guys later. Have a safe and fun 4th.